Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we have a Hoover. This is a steam vac. You can see all the parts. We're doing a motor replacement. If you look at the motor, it has seen better days. Now, to buy a replacement motor for this, there's a number right there, the YDC434A. I found a used one on eBay. This cost us about, I think, 40 bucks. As you can see, it's in way better condition than the one that's in it. So to do this job, all you're going to need a couple crimp connectors for the wires, some electrical tape, and a Phillips head screwdriver. The model of this, let me see if I can find it. This is the Power Scrub Elite. This is a steam cleaner. I got the puppy locked up so he doesn't chew on anything. And this is the model number. Let me see if I can get it in focus here. So it's a FH50150 PC. And I do have it apart already. To get this apart, you need to take out every single screw that you see. Everything. They're all Phillips head screws. It's not that bad to take apart. I didn't do the teardown because I didn't think it was going to be fixable, but it is, so I'm going to do the assembly. As long as you... Milo, sit. As long as you have mechanical knowledge, you'll be able to put this back together easily. And obviously take it apart in reverse. So we're going to get started. I'll show you. I'm going to install the motor first. And we'll get started. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to start with is going to be the motor. Now, you're going to have quite a few seals. So this seal looks pretty good. I'm going to leave this seal on. And then there's also a seal that goes on the bottom. This one looks kind of rough. I'm actually going to use the one that came with the pump because it actually came with a new seal. So the seal is going to sit right in there, and then you're going to put your motor right on there. So the black fuse you'll be able to unplug from the switch. You can plug that right in. Milo, calm down. Depending on the model, like this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo this clip because this model came with these clips. We don't need these clips. Milo, calm down. You don't need to play right now. Calm down. Alright. So here we have the stock wires coming in. We're going to clip these. And then if you have a lighter, Milo, can you please calm down? The easiest way that I found to strip these is just to give it a little burn, and then you can just peel that right off with your fingers. And then it's easy as, you know, matching the colors here. So you have to put the motor, make sure you get the seal on here nice. And the motor has to go into this. There's like a little piece of foam. You're going to take the foam out. You're going to feed the wires through the foam. So you're going to feed the wires through the foam. Might be better to situate the gasket on the plastic first. Then we'll feed these wires through. Hopefully they're long enough now that I had to redo this. Well, it's kind of tricky to get the wires through here. Alright, so we get all the wires situated, we get the seal situated. Let's hook the wires back up. So you're going to go white to white, green to green. We'll put new crimp connectors on. We'll rewrap them. Alright, so we have our engine or our motor set up. You're going to want to get it, make sure the seal is all the way around, sitting nice. It's going to be kind of difficult because the seal is going to want to fall. So you could probably take it apart like this. Just make sure both seals are seated. You can lift it up, you can kind of see. Make sure your seal on the bottom is sitting in the groove and the top is all sitting in the groove. Same thing with the top seal. And then we'll lower the plastic down over top of it. So we'll situate the plastic correctly. Try to at least. Feels like something's stopping it. Let's see. Get this ring in. Get the engine in. There we go. Make sure that's on. Carefully set it down. There we are. Now we're going to take our rubber gasket here and we're going to stick it back in. Try to look for where the wires were kind of sitting on it. It has like little creases. Try to get it the best you can. You're not going to get it perfect. Just push it back into that hole. Now we have our wire set up. That's good. We'll plug that back in. I'm not sure what to do with these wires right now, so I'm just going to tuck them down in here. It looks like there's like a little channel for the wires. I don't know if that's really what this channel is for, but it looks like it. So we'll put our fuse and our wires right there. Pull out our screws. And I know I can screw this one down. This is going to hold it nice. Right there. Let's screw this one down. There's a lot of screws you got to put in this thing. Right there, that looks pretty center. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right. Now we have this. This was for the button. I believe there was a special way that this had to go on, so I'm not really sure. The spring goes somewhere. I think it goes right there. We're going to figure that part out. But for right now, let's just make sure the engine is actually getting suction. Seems good, has real good suction now. Alright, so the next thing we have to do, I accidentally put that screw in here. If you put this screw in, take it out. Because it has to go through. This is the cover for all the wiring. So what we have to do, we gotta get this wiring nice and tucked into this cavity here. So we've got that tucked. pretty nice. Let's try to get this one tucked in here. And all of these wires basically have to be tucked into this cavity. Not going to be the easiest thing to do with the crimp connector. But we're going to see if we can make it happen here. So let's see here. Let's take this out. So we're going to tuck this one in first, which is the actual stock wiring. We'll put that one in first. Then we have our two crimp connectors, which will hopefully fit. There we go. Just like that. And we're going to see if we can get this on the way it's supposed to be. There we go. So now you're going to put your screw through both of these pieces of plastic. Now we have all that set up. Now this is going to be the kind of complicated part here. I believe this plastic piece goes on the bottom. Yeah, that covers that. So this is your bottom plastic. We won't worry about that right now. What we're worried about is getting the machine back together. So let me clean up my mess real quick. All this junk. And I'm going to move the camera back so you can see me put the arm back on. So we're going to lay this down just like that. It's going to fit in the track. I'll try to get you a little close up here of what I'm doing. So this fits. You can see there's like a little triangle and then another little triangle here. You got to get this triangle in that triangle. So it's going to like kind of click into place. So we're going to fold our... It looks like this was like kind of behind this because the hose is kind of crimped. So we got that installed. Now this one, you want the screen facing forward, and then I believe, hold on a second, don't quote me on that yet. I have it upside down, never mind. Okay, so you want the screen facing forward, but there is this little slot and this little slot. These have to line up. So this goes just like that. And I don't remember where this goes, so I gotta check my picture. So just make sure you're not overlapping any holes that need screws that that you can't get to. Like this one, I should put this screw in because I'm not going to be able to get to it. So there's a screw right here we're just going to put in right now because I won't be able to get to it once this piece is in place because of the hose. So let me check my picture. I don't remember where this went, but I did take a picture. So now what you're going to do before this goes on, this piece goes here. But I would definitely screw down this because you're not going to be able to get to it. So we'll screw this down first. We'll screw this down. And make sure I'm not missing any other screws. Let's just go around the motor, screw the whole entire motor in. If I have to take a piece out, that's fine, but I'd rather be able to get to all the screws now. You can see like right now, this one's kind of hard to get to. I should have put this one in first as well, but I can get to it. Don't worry about the orientation of the screws. They're all the same size. So go around, make sure you fill every screw. Did I already put that? Yep, I already put that one in. There are also screws that go into the actual motor. So we're going to put one here. Don't over tighten them. They're just plastic. So don't go crazy. But make it snug, make it nice and snug, because you are trying to crush the that rubber seal. So that looks pretty good. So we're going to flip this around. No, we're not going to flip it around. We're going to flip it around this way. Make sure it's fitting right where it needs to be. There is 2 screws that go here. There we go. It looks like all the screws are in the motor. So now this is going to get installed. There's a spring that goes on here. Make sure you guys can see. Now to get this off, it had like a little clip right here. So you got to kind of work this clip off. You'll see when I install it. You got to like So you're going to line this part up. It goes on this little gear. And then you're going to kind of work it in to this clip. Like that. That's going to change. I've never used this machine. I'm fixing it for a friend at the church. So then you're going to put your spring in. So then whatever that does can do what it does. You're also going to put this screw in. Make sure you don't cover your screw holes as you put things back together. What's up with that? Yeah, I'll show you how to take it off. You just push this little lever in, and then there you go. It broke off, but that's fine. I don't know why this. Yeah, there's no longer screws. What's up with that? Hold on a second. Okay, that's where the wire goes, so that might be, which I'm glad I took this apart because it's actually, I crimped the wire. Make sure you don't crimp the wire and you have these things tucked in to this plastic. So that goes, you have to have this plastic on the bottom. That's why that didn't screw in. But we can get to that easily, so I'm not worried about it. Alright, so just leave that one out for now. Put this in. That piece did crack off the little handle, but I think it'll be okay. It doesn't really want to go anywhere. So I think it'll be okay. This piece is going to go right here. Which will hold that piece down anyway. It's not going to be able to pop out. Which is good. Considering the plastic cracked on me. Put another screw right here. That looks, oh. Always double check how many screws you're putting in. Shouldn't have any screws left if you do it right. So. Now we have the, let's see if I can move it forward here. This is going to hold on the actual arm. Maybe it goes this way? No. Okay, you gotta lift it up a little bit. to get it on here. So what I would do is start the two fronts. And the two rears. Magnetic screwdriver is pretty much a must for this job. And you're going to lift it up. I'm definitely not left-handed. Lift it up. Screw it back down. There's 4 holding this in. Make sure your hose is out of the way. I believe that's it for the inside. I think everything else is from the outside that we need to do here. So we're going to put the lid back on. Try to. You might need to play with this to get it to sit right. And we're going to put our couple screws here, right in the top of the engine. Now I believe all the rest of the screws are on the bottom. So the first thing you're going to want to do is retuck your power wire. Just like that. Now on the back you'll see these weird little arrows. Everywhere you see like a little triangle or arrow, that's where a screw goes in. So one goes here, 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 and one goes here. And if you did everything right, this is the bolt for the old motor. You should have 0 bolts or screws left. That means you did a good job. You did it the right way. There shouldn't be extra parts. Alright, you should have 2 screws left, even though I only have 1, but to put the brushes back on. So somewhere, oh yeah, I do have 2 screws somewhere. We'll see. Oh. Yep, 1 and 2. Now this is to put the brushes back on, so I'm going to get the brushes, we'll put the brushes back on. Alright, so once you get everything back together, we're going to flip it over. Now I wasn't the one to take this apart, but it looks like pretty much the same on both sides. So this should just click in. Make sure you have your gear lined up. If not, just spin the little wheel. There you go. Now on the front half, we're going to put the front half back on. How's this go on, Eddie? Oh, it releases?
Yep.
Alright, so you got a little lock. Oh, so actually, you could have put those screws in before. They're actually not part of the face. I thought it was part of the face, but nope. So you can put those in before you put the face on. Like I said, my buddy Eddie is the one that took this part apart. Alright. Now we got it all back together. And then Eddie's going to show you how to put the 2 tanks on.
Your waste removal tank. Find your 2 clips here and there. Slides in like that. Put your lock in. Just like that.
Alright. And then you got your feeder tank.
Which is easy enough. That just goes in like that. And there you go.
Alright, we'll give it a little testy poo here. See.
Quiet.
Yeah, sounds nice.
Yeah. Before he was screaming like a jet airplane. No.
So, Eddie's going to try it, and then he's going to text me when he's trying it, and then I'll give you a little try or a little video of how much better it's actually pulling up water. It wasn't pulling up water before, and it was screaming. Like I said, what I did with the old motor. But you can see it was leaking water, and it was completely clogged. So yeah, not a bad fix. What was it, 40 bucks, Eddie?
Yes.
40 bucks, eBay. It's a used motor. You can't get them new for 60 if you want to be fancy and buy it brand new. But yeah, so as soon as Eddie tries it out, I'm going to come over and record him, and we'll see how it works.